So this is my alternative to a fireplace insert. This is made out of 2-inch steel. I put in two 120 volt computer fans. With the way the boxes are designed, they fit in there and pretty much hold without any problems, without any kind of sealing devices or anything. Then the heat comes out of the center right here. So as you burn your fire, your coals and your embers come down along with just the heat from the fire, heats up the steel, and it ends up pretty efficiently helping heat the house, way better than just the fireplace on its own. Although it's not quite up to being a insert. I'm sure you could probably use some thicker or wider steel and it may help out, but really this isn't too bad for about 30 bucks that I got in it. So before I actually start the system up, I get me a nice little fire going, obviously with some smaller stuff, and then I let it get going to some bigger stuff. It takes me about 30 minutes to get a good fire going to where it's dropping the red embers. Once it starts dropping red embers, I know that the system has sufficiently heated up enough to keep up, and then that's usually whenever I just turn her on and get her going. So this is about 30 minutes in. See, the fire's going pretty good. You got light embers down there, but obviously as the fire goes more, you get a heavy buildup of good embers. My rack actually keeps a lot of the hot coals right up underneath the fire until they break down really well. So it takes mine just a little bit longer. But I've got an infrared thermometer here that I was just going to show. You're looking at the fire out here, you're looking about 130 degrees. Somewhere in that range, 120, 130, depending on where you're heading, 150. Then when you get down here to the tube, you're looking at, you got about 94 coming out of it right now without any blower coming on. So I just wired these 120 volt computer fans. I wired them into some electric cords and ran them over here just to a little foot switch. And you'll hear them fire up. Now they're running. They run down the tubes there. I just made 45s and made it a real simple system. I'm sure you could make it, come in and angle and do a bunch of different things to catch the side of your fireplace if you want to. And then all I did was notch out the center of that rear tube for this center tube and let it come on out and welded it right there. And you notice out here way away from where we're at now, it gets up so high that it's actually not able to read on the thermometer once it gets up past 170 degrees. So as you're sitting here, you see it's still hitting 140 degrees or so out here. So you gotta figure you got a pretty decent little amount of CFM coming out of there. It's not just ungodly, but you get this thing up and get a bunch of hot embers down there, that temperature definitely increases. I don't have a thermometer that can read up high enough, for whenever it actually gets a good bed of embers down there, but I'm figuring it's probably in the 200 and something degree area, if not a little bit warmer than that. And it definitely, you sit here for 3 or 4 hours and run this fire in this fireplace, and you get just a little bit of heat out of it, where whenever you kick this thing on after you got this 30 minutes of fire running, after running it for 30 minutes, you've made a tangible difference in your house of about 2 degrees in your main room so far. And it'll keep it nice and toasty for most of the day that way. Like I said, it's not just as great as a fireplace insert. You still burn, plenty of wood, but what I do is I usually keep my fire, up and running and pretty big for the first little bit, and then once I got a good bed of coals and everything, I just back it down and throw, 1 or 2 logs in there, because really I'm just pulling the heat from the coals the whole time after that. So it has dramatically decreased my amount of firewood that I use throughout the year. So like I said, for no more money in it than I got, and as easy as it was to build, it's definitely a well worth your time project to invest in if you don't want to just put an insert into your fireplace. Some people don't like that. Personally, I don't like it, but that don't mean that it's not a good option. It definitely provides plenty of heat. So thanks for watching my video. If you like it, please subscribe. If not, that's fine too. Leave me some comments in the comment section. I'm willing to listen. I'd like to know what you guys think of the project here. I really strive to try to give people some useful information so that they can do stuff at their own house and really come up with some good ideas to help people out and keep on trucking. Thank you.